I am the son of the richest man in Jingdu, but I claimed the identity of a poor sponsored student. Having never suffered any hardship, I told my parents not to send me living expenses. But my girlfriend's childhood friend panicked, only because in my past life, the poor student I sponsored, Wu Jiechao, suddenly announced that he was the son of the richest man, claiming I was the student he sponsored. I didn't want my identity stolen, so I showed my family's transfer records to prove my innocence. But I didn't expect the money in Wu Jiechao's transfer records to be exactly 10 times more than mine on every transaction. I was branded as a vain sugar baby, driven into a corner. I wanted my family to issue a direct notice declaring my identity, but overnight, my family's companies went bankrupt. My whole family suffered bizarre car accidents and died tragically. I wanted to seek comfort from my girlfriend, but saw her buried in Wu Jiechao's arms, saying with a face full of happiness, "Jiechao, your system is so great. Not only can it make money, it can also steal Zhuang Baifan's identity. From now on, we never have to hide anymore." Only then did I understand. All the problems stemmed from this system. I took a blade to seek revenge on them, and lethally injured them, but was pushed off the balcony by them working together in a dying struggle. Opening my eyes again, I had returned to the day of self-introductions. "Hello everyone, my name is Wu Jiechao. My dad is Wu Zhinan. My mom is Lin Xingya." A familiar voice rang out. My body trembled uncontrollably. Just like in my previous life, Wu Jiechao dropped my parents' names again. Wu Zhinan, isn't that the richest man in Fengcheng? Although I haven't seen what he looks like, I've definitely heard the name. No wonder Wu Jiechao is so generous and so rich. Turns out he really is the son of the richest man. Keep a low profile, keep it low profile. Thinking of the strange aura around Wu Jiechao, this time I didn't stand up to question his identity, but his expression looked incredibly ugly, and his gaze stared straight at me. It seemed he was expecting me to retort. Strange. Why did he want me to stand up and expose him? The teachers and students were getting tired of clapping, signaling that he could step down, but Wu Jiechao's eyes were vacant, as if he were talking to someone out of thin air. Just as the whole room waited impatiently, he suddenly spoke up. "Teacher, let student Zhuang Baifan come up to introduce himself next." Hearing my name from the mouth of the richest man's son, everyone thought I was also a rich second generation. Zhuang Baifan's clothes and bags are all luxury brands. His watch is a green water ghost too. Probably another young master from a rich family. Yeah, I heard people say on his first day of school, he actually had a dedicated servant make his bed. At that time, I felt his identity was extraordinary. He is the student I sponsor. I wanted him to introduce himself right after me. No way. If Zhuang Baifan is being sponsored, how could he be so rich? Could it be those things are all Jiechao's? He's leeching off someone else to pretend to be rich. If that's really the case, this guy is really thick-skinned. A bit disgusting. Obviously has no money but still brags here. He's too vain. In an instant, I understood Wu Jiechao's thoughts. He wanted to provoke me into choosing to expose him. Then he would produce corresponding evidence to slap my face. It's just, why was he so desperate for me to expose him? My family's misfortune started precisely from exposing his identity and getting counter-slapped by him. Could there be a connection between the two? I stood up and calmly accepted the identity of a poor student. The clothes and bags are fakes. The one making the bed was my mom. Although I'm a poor student, having a little vanity isn't a capital crime, right? Not everyone in our class was rich and noble anyway. Seeing me admit it openly, the homeroom teacher and classmates at most felt my ego was a bit too strong. Perhaps my acceptance of the poor student identity was too calm. Wu Jiechao looked stunned, not getting the result he wanted. His gaze towards me unknowingly grew angry, as if I had ruined his plan. A light bulb suddenly went off in my mind. I became even more certain that I had guessed right. After stepping down, I immediately sent a text message to all the relatives in the family group. Starting from today, no one is allowed to send me any living expenses. Not a single penny. Whoever sends me money, I will be angry with them, and I won't come home. My family disagreed at first, but under my relentless persuasion, they were forced to agree. To prevent them from growing soft-hearted, I even forced them to sign a guarantee not to give me living expenses. After returning to the dorm, I packed all the luxury clothes in bags and sold them at a second-hand store. I exchanged them for the most ordinary clothes worth a few dozen yuan. After finishing, I transferred all the money in my card to my mother, leaving only 1,500 for living expenses. Unexpectedly, right after the transfer succeeded, the phone rang. My girlfriend, Mu Yulu, sounded agitated. "Baifan, did you run into some trouble? Why did you transfer all the money out? Do you know your behavior is out of line? This is our joint account. You taking it all away. How could you not even tell me? You call it a joint account, but all the money in it is mine. Mu Yulu never deposited any money into it. Have you no shame? Even though it's a joint account, how much money did you deposit? Do you have no sense yourself? Don't tell me you really treated my money as your own property." The phone fell into a rare silence. She seemed not to expect I would say such things. Since an accident 2 years ago, she had acted like a drowning person to me. I had been almost completely compliant with her. Hearing my tone sounding like I'd eaten gunpowder, Mu Yulu softened her tone. "Baifan, you know that's not what I meant. I'm just afraid you won't have money to spend. Since you're afraid I don't have money to spend, hurry up and return the money I spent on you. My family won't make large transfers to me anymore in the future. I'm exactly short on money." Mu Yulu got anxious, her voice almost cracking. "Wasn't that what you chose to spend on me? How can you ask for it back? Baifan, how could your family not give you money? Why don't you act a little spoiled and ask them for some? Can't you understand human speech? I want you to return the money to me as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'll tell my family about you owing me money. Don't even think about working at my family's company." Just as the words fell, I received a transfer of 300,000. Mu Yulu's tone turned ingratiating. "This is all the money I have on me right now. I will go do part part-time jobs these days and gather the money to return to you as soon as possible. If I heard her say she was working part-time before, I would definitely feel extremely heartbroken. But now, I had no reaction at all and even gently reminded her, remember to work a few more jobs a day. If you pay it back late and happen to put me in a bad mood, I'm afraid I won't be able to resist complaining to my family and letting it slip. After hanging up the phone, I couldn't help but shout, satisfying. A damn scumbag actually dared to deliver herself to my door? Did she really think I had a good temper? Spit out everything you ate for future living expenses. I specially sought out the class monitor who usually did work study. He and Wu Jieqiao were in the same dorm. When I went, he was there too. Hearing that I was going to earn my own money and find a part-time job, Wu Jieqiao wasn't happy. Zhuang Baifan, part-time jobs are very hard. It's not something you can persist in. I advise you not to go. I'll talk to my parents and have them send you more living expenses. I ignored him just because I accepted the barbecue shop owner's WeChat friend request. Seeing me like this, he got a bit anxious. Didn't I tell you? Don't go part-time to earn money. I'll give you money. Can't you understand human speech? Sure. I want 300,000. Will you give it? He was instantly at a loss for words. See, it's not like you can support me for a lifetime. Could it be that I have to shamelessly rely on you forever? Am I that kind of shameless ingrate? Wu Jieqiao was already feeling guilty, terrified that I would see through his secret. Mumbling, he said a phrase, a dog biting Lu Dongbin. Not knowing a good person's heart, he turned around and went to his bed. Seeing the atmosphere turn stiff, others started smoothing things over. I think student Zhuang Baifan taking up a part-time job and earning his own money is pretty good. It shows he has ambition. Yeah. Although he is a sponsored student, he can't always rely on others to give him money. Wouldn't that make him a parasite on society? I don't know which sentence enraged Wu Jieqiao, but he suddenly exploded. Shut up, all of you. It's too damn noisy. The other students were stunned for a moment, never having seen him act so frighteningly. Perhaps realizing his emotional outburst, Wu Jieqiao hurriedly added, my head just hurts too much. I'm feeling a bit unwell. The students believed him, but I didn't. Wu Jieqiao was clearly stepping on a sore spot. My part-time job was probably related to his system, but currently, I haven't found what connection the two have. After working odd jobs for a week and receiving a fee of 1,000 yuan, I was about to go treat myself to a meal when I unexpectedly ran into Mu Yulu and Wu Jieqiao arguing in a corner. Yulu, my system only multiplies by 10 when Zhuang Baifan accepts transfers from his family. If he transfers money he earned himself, I will owe 100 times that. Today I have to pay back 100,000. If I don't pay it back, the system will punish me. You have to help me. 100,000? Where would I get 100,000? Don't you see I'm still doing part-time work? Zhuang Baifan is forcing me to return the money he previously spent on me. Otherwise, he'll tell his family. If he tells them, I won't be able to work at his family's company after graduation. Brother Jieqiao, you have to figure out a way yourself for this money. I'm out of options. I can't get a credit card either. But you do. Draw some money out for me. No, I have my own uses for that money. Didn't you have tens of millions deposited previously? Why not use that money? That money can't be used directly. Only if I frame Zhuang Baifan, causing the Zhuang family's ruin and stealing his fortune as the richest man's son can I use it. Who would have thought that at the school's opening? Self-introductions. Zhuang Baifan clearly knew I hijacked his identity, yet he still accepted the identity of a poor student. I even had the evidence ready for a face slap, but couldn't use it. That's simple. Just do this and it will work. Mu Yulu laughed, lowering her head and whispering into Wu Jieqiao's ear. I couldn't hear their specific arrangements, but I could be certain it was nothing good. Just in case, I specifically bought a few micro cameras, planning to carry them with me. Before going to sleep that night, Wu Jieqiao, who was supposed to be broke, invited all the classmates to sing at KTV tomorrow. Fearing I wouldn't go, he even specifically tagged me, telling me I must be there. I changed my mind and replied okay in the group. I also wanted to see what their conspiracy exactly was. When I arrived the next day, he was showing off the Patek Philippe watch on his wrist. This is a gift from my parents. The movement has over 600 components, priced at 12 million. I glanced at what he was wearing on his wrist and could tell at a glance it was a fake, but the other classmates didn't know that. I was wondering why it looked so good. Turns out it's so expensive. Yeah, such an expensive watch. You have to wear it securely. Don't lose it. Wu Jieqiao gave a few perfunctory remarks and enthusiastically called me to sit next to him. During this, he even helped me put my bag on a chair in the corner. I remained vigilant of his behavior, but aside from going out to the bathroom once, he never went out again. Right up until everyone had had their fun and prepared to go home, he consistently made no moves. I thought I had overthought it, but right at this moment, Wu Jieqiao suddenly pointed at his empty right hand and shouted, my watch! The tens of millions level watch my parents gave me is gone. Hearing that such an expensive item was missing, the classmates kindly helped to search. Did someone pick it up and didn't want to return it? I beg whoever picked it up to definitely return it to me. That was a gift from my parents. I'm willing to give you another form of compensation, something else. Baifan, you were sitting closest to me. Did you really not see my Patek Philippe? Yeah. Zhuang Baifan, you were close. Did you see Jieqiao's watch? And when it dropped, he was always vain before. Could it be he really took advantage of Jieqiao not paying attention and took the watch? Zhuang Baifan, why don't you empty your pockets and check your bag to prove your innocence? What do you mean by this? Just because Wu Jieqiao said I sat close, you have to search my things? Do you have evidence proving I stole his watch? Slander comes with legal liability. Before they could speak, I pulled out my phone to call the police. Since you guys don't believe me, then let the police prove my innocence. Wu Jieqiao panicked. Actually, if you really took it, I wouldn't blame you. As long as you return the watch to me, I'm willing to buy other things for you. His method of retreating to advance seemingly considered my feelings, but actually left me with no way to retreat. But this played right into my hand. Fine, just like you said, we are all classmates. It's not good to make things too rigid. I voluntarily turned out my pockets. There's nothing on me. Does this prove my innocence? But you still have a bag. The bag hasn't been checked yet. I was just about to explain that the bag didn't belong to me when someone already grabbed the bag and dumped the contents inside out. That Patek Philippe rolled out onto the ground just like that. It shattered into two halves. Please give me an explanation. Why did you secretly hide my watch? And you even broke it. Are you jealous of me? You can't stand seeing me well off. The classmates' expressions also changed, all siding with him to accuse me. No one noticed the class monitor's expression getting uglier. This bag is mine, not student Zhuang Baifan's, and I didn't steal anything. Class monitor, you shouldn't cover up for him. When we entered the private room, I saw with my own eyes that he carried it in. How could it not be his? Right, I saw it too. I even saw Zhuang Baifan take tissues from this bag to go to the toilet. Yeah, I saw it too. Class monitor, there's no need for you to cover for a thief. No, this bag is really mine. Baifan carried it in because my stomach hurt. I asked him to help carry it inside. As for taking the tissues, I asked him to fetch them for me, fearing they wouldn't believe it. The class monitor picked up the leather bag from the table and opened it for the students to see. Most people already believed the bag had nothing to do with me, but a few still stuck to their opinions. Maybe Zhuang Baifan picked it up and deliberately stuffed it into the class monitor's bag, wanting him to carry the blame. If it was discovered, he would frame the class monitor, saying he stole it. Yeah, it's not like this possibility doesn't exist. Seeing their words getting more and more out of line, the class monitor stood up to defend me. These past few days, Baifan and I have been doing part-time work together. I know what kind of person he is. You shouldn't speculate about him like this. This is unfair to him. Furthermore, this watch was found in my bag. I suggest calling the police. The class monitor had good relations with everyone. Most people expressed agreement. Seeing things getting out of control, Wu Jieqiao hurriedly said, forget it. Let's not make things so complicated. Isn't it just a watch? I won't pursue it anymore. I certainly couldn't let him have his way, and immediately said, no need for the police. I have a recording that can find out who put it there. These words were like a trump card, because right after the watch went missing, someone had asked the service staff here. They said only this room's surveillance camera was broken. Forgot to tell you guys. A few days ago I found a part-time job online. I have to film daily footage. Just now when I came in, I placed my action camera in the corner recording video. The classmates were very happy to hear this. Only Wu Jieqiao's face turned white inch by inch, still forcing calmness. Fine, I won't pursue it. As long as the watch is found. I don't care about this little amount of money. If you really play the video, how is the student who took the watch supposed to face anyone in the future? This matter definitely needs to be clarified. If we don't clarify it, do you want me to carry the unwarranted stigma of a thief for the rest of my life? How come to student Wu? Other students' reputations are important, but mine isn't? Without waiting for Wu Jieqiao to speak, I had already connected the action camera to the large screen. In the dark private room, Wu Jieqiao took advantage of the time selecting song, took off the watch, and threw it into the bag. I pointed at this scene, looking at him. Student Wu, why did you direct and act in this yourself? Is framing someone that fun? I didn't do it on purpose. I was just drunk. You guys absolutely must not misunderstand me. This watch was originally mine. Think about it. Why would I do this? I am the son of the richest man. Why else? To frame me, of course. Weren't you the one guiding everyone else into saying I stole your things? The classmates, who were almost led astray by his acting, recalled the scene before leaving, where he asked if I saw his watch. Everyone discussed animatedly, all questioning him. Right at this moment, if you want to continue being with me, you must apologize to student Wu and also provide corresponding compensation. Compensation? Right. This watch is worth 10 million. You must find a way to pay for it. Otherwise we have no choice but to call the police. I snatched the watch from Wu Jieqiao's hand and smiled, asking, you're saying this fake watch is worth 20 million? The moment Mu Yulu heard the words fake watch, her entire person became extremely excited. This played right into the scheme she and Wu Jieqiao had planned. After being accused as a thief, I would definitely question the watch's authenticity. They could also take the opportunity to attack me. Jieqiao is the son of the richest man. How could he wear a fake watch? I think it was you who stole the watch, and even slandered our Jieqiao's identity. You've forgotten that you were sponsored by him. You're just an ingrate. After she finished speaking, she straightened her back, seemingly waiting for others to back her up. But only Wu Jieqiao tugged at the corner of her clothes, his face looking embarrassed. Yulu, stop talking. No, even though Zhuang Baifan is my boyfriend, I can't just watch him bully you like this. My girlfriend. Under the circumstances of not understanding the ins and outs of the matter, you just opened your mouth and called me a thief. It seems today's mudslinging was premeditated. I wonder when did you and student Wu become so close? Wu Jieqiao wiped the cold sweat from his forehead, whispering what just happened to her. The classmates' gazes also shifted between him and Wu Jieqiao, silently speculating about their relationship. Mu Yulu felt sorry for him and continued attacking me. The watch wasn't taken by you, but you slandering Jieqiao for wearing a fake. That's two different things. Regarding your claim about his fake watch, you must apologize to him right now. I knew you would say that. I snapped my fingers. The door was pushed open again. A man in a suit carrying a small briefcase walked into the room. Hello, we are jewelry appraisers from brand Maowei. We came specifically to help appraise the jewelry. We brought the equipment too. According to my previous instructions, they showed their company badges and qualification certificates to the classmates. I immediately handed the watch in my hand to them. This completely caught Mu Yulu and Wu Jieqiao off guard. They knew it was a fake. Wu Jieqiao's guilty conscience kicked in. He snatched the watch away. My watch doesn't need anyone's inspection. I don't want this piece anymore either. As he said that, he tried to pull Mu Yulu away, but I stopped him. Wu Jieqiao, you're acting guilty. admitting that you wear a fake. Oof, I just don't want you guys ruining my gift, that's all. The people present weren't idiots. There was no way to believe his words anymore, since the watch is fake. Yet you said it was worth 10 million, and even had someone claim Zhuang Baifan stole it. Wu Jiechou, why did you do this? Are you really the son of the richest man Wu? His expression turned frantic. He glared at me, pulling Mu Yulu to leave. This time, the service staff who had been waiting early stopped them. Sir, your private room cost a total of 50,000 yuan. Will you pay with Alipay, or go to the front desk to swipe a card? 50,000? Are you guys here to rob people? Didn't we just eat some fruit and order some drinks? Where did 50,000 come from? Wu Jiechou grabbed the bill from his hand, checking it word for word. What kind of alcohol? 3 bottles is 10,000? How is your pricing reasonable? Give me a discount right now, otherwise I'm going to file a complaint against you. He was completely immersed in bargaining and arguing, not hearing the low whispers of the crowd. Isn't Wu Jiechou the son of the richest man? Why is this 50,000 acting like it's claiming his life? Yeah, him acting so unreasonably. It's so embarrassing. It was him who told us to grab whatever we wanted to eat. It was him. Now he's the one who can't pay the money. Hearing more and more questions, Mu Yulu, feeling a physical pain in her heart, took out her card and said, "Alright, Jiechou, I know you have principles in how you do things. Let's just pay the money first." Wu Jiechou seemed to suddenly jolt awake from a dream, realizing what he had just done. Without saying another word, he took the card to pay. You have money to help someone pay a 50,000 fee, but no money to return to me. You're really something. It's not my money. It belonged to student Jiechou in the first place. I deliberately let out an O and said nothing else. I pulled the class monitor and left. Mu Yulu got scared and caught up with us, but I didn't give her a chance. I pulled the class monitor along and hailed a taxi. Baifan, you are actually the son of the richest man, right? How could you tell? Your aura, the aura around you. It doesn't look like a poor student. It looks more like it was built with money. I just don't understand. Since you knew Wu Jiechou stole your identity, why didn't you say anything? Instead, you accepted the identity of a poor student and even worked part-time jobs with me. I didn't answer him. My attention was entirely on the listening device in my ear. That's right. During the chaos just now, I tossed a micro-listening device into both Wu Jiechou's and Mu Yulu's pockets. Yulu, what do? We originally wanted to make Zhuang Baifan look like a thief. Then when he said my watch was fake, take the chance to expose that he wanted to steal my identity, incite everyone's anger, and steal his fortune. But now it failed, and my system is failing too. The system can't be done for. If we don't get the Wu family's assets, do you want to return to the mountain village? We have to succeed. Kill him. He is the child of destiny. If he dies, it's fine. I don't know. The system is already extremely weak. It can't give hints anymore. Since we've already offended him, might as well go all the way. I clenched my fists. A chill rose throughout my body. This was the girlfriend I had sponsored wholeheartedly for 3 years. With a cold face, I sent the recording to my parents. Since Wu Jiechou's so-called system was already failing, there was no need for me to endure anymore. My family's reply came quickly. They said they had already cut off all funding to Mu Yulu and Wu Jiechou. After returning to school, I was still hesitating whether to tell the class monitor the specific situation. He had already seen my dilemma. Baifan, I see you as a friend. I won't force you. Okay, thank you. My friend. When I have things sorted out, I'll tell you. At night, lying in bed, Mu Yulu sent an apology text as long as a short essay. Her words were earnest. She brought up the scar on her waist from when she saved me back then. But a few days ago, I had already asked my family to investigate past events. The incident back then was just a play directed and acted by herself. Perhaps because I hadn't replied for a long time. Mu Yulu sent another new message. Baifan, I never told you. Wu Jiechou and I are childhood friends. I treat him as an older brother. It's not the kind of relationship you think. Regarding recent events, he already knows he was wrong. He specifically asked me to invite you out for a meal to apologize. Since the enemy was throwing bait my way, there was no reason not to go. They sent the location for the meal. It was a remote farmhouse courtyard. The two of them wanted to share the same car with me and go together. I didn't refuse. I just made eye contact with the class monitor before leaving. I don't know how long passed. The car stopped, not at the so-called farmhouse courtyard, but at an abandoned warehouse. After the driver got out, he tore off the mask on his face, revealing a face full of scars. He kicked me in the knee. This guy is really Wu Jinnan's son. You know the consequences of lying to me. How could we? How could we lie to you? No, you guys did lie. Didn't you introduce yourself saying your dad was Wu Jinnan at the start of the school year? You admitted yourself that you were the richest man's son. I am the poor student you sponsor. I have evidence for this. Where is the evidence? I immediately took out my phone and played the video. Hearing his own voice, Wu Jiechou was terrified. No, this is fake. I was impersonating. I'm just a poor student sponsored by the Wu family. I am not your enemy's son. You have to believe me. He's lying. Look at his transfer records. There are actually transfers in the tens of millions. So much money. If I were the richest man's son, how could he be so wealthy? As the words fell, Wu Jiechou and Mu Yulu both looked at me in disbelief. How did you know? Zhuang Baifan, you knew about the system all along. I didn't answer them. I just coldly watched Scarface snatch Wu Jiechou's phone and look at it. After seeing the tens of millions in transfers like I said, his expression changed drastically. You dared to lie to me? Didn't you ask around on the streets about who I am? It's not true. I'm really not Wu Jinnan's son. Don't be fooled by him. I have evidence in my hand. Before he could finish speaking, his mouth was stuffed with stinky socks. Scarface was entirely focused on getting revenge against Wu Jinnan. He threatened me to shut up and get lost immediately. Mu Yulu also tried to get up and leave, but was stopped by Scarface. You are Wu Jinnan's designated daughter-in-law, right? You can't leave. Without giving her a chance to deny it, Scarface dragged her inside. Listening to their heart-wrenching screams, I ran forward without looking back. I got into the car that had been waiting for a long time. You've got some nerve. I told you that Scarface was sent by your dad's old rival, yet you still put yourself in danger. Back when they pushed the poor sponsored student identity onto me, I wanted to use this to make them suffer the consequences. I wanted to make them lift a rock only to drop it on their own feet. feet. In the end, we still made a token report to the police. Scarface fled. Wu Jieqiu was turned into a bloody mess. Mu Yulu was even worse. The tendons in her hands and feet were severed. When the two of them were carried onto stretchers, they stared at each other with hatred, muttering curses under their breath. In the end, they both became cripples. Mu Yulu begged the doctor to call my number, asking me to come pay their medical bills. I refused and got myself a new number. Without the trouble of the system, my family immediately announced my identity to the whole world. After seeing the news, the classmates apologized to me in the group chat. I didn't hold it against them. Instead, I invited the class monitor to my house. If it wasn't for him tipping me off that day and giving me the license plate number Wu Jieqiu mentioned, I couldn't have followed the clues to track down Scarface. Class monitor, weren't you looking for a part-time job for the holidays? Come to my family's company during the winter break. He didn't refuse. Only that from this day forward, I gained a little tutor to help me with my studies. It turns out that those who are truly good will always think of repaying a kindness at all times.